Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. We're taking a quick look here at CFX. This is a request from one of my community members here. I believe it's Jules. Thank you very much for the request. I deeply appreciate your support and also just interaction with the community. You've been a great asset to our community. Thanks, Jules. Appreciate you. All right, so what we want to do is talk quickly about support and resistance levels. We're going to quickly mark a few things here first. We can kind of see some obvious levels here from before, right there at about 1373. And I'm just going to keep it round numbers there instead of saying decimal points, but basically 13.6364, roughly in that range is what we're looking at. So 1364 to make it simple. We're also looking at 1708 here as an obvious resistance level. Okay, so we haven't broken free from this little bit of this lower range, if you will, because we need to get above that range here in order to have any success. I don't mean like any success, like it's not like it's not going to be successful because it doesn't pass that level. It's just that we've got an obvious resistance level here, and until it breaks through that, we can expect that to be a resistance. Okay. We do want to mark a few other things here too. We can see we've got an obvious ascending type of wedge pattern here, which is fantastic. So this is typically breaking to the upside in most cases. The reason why is because it's retesting 1, 2, 3 times already that upper resistance previous support level range. Okay. So again, 17, let's just say round number 1700. 1700 or 17 cents is effectively the range in which we need to go ahead and get past in order to have a breakout. Once we break through that range, there's a great chance we're going to be able to take off. Okay? So that is looking fantastic here for this coin. We also want to recognize a few other factors too. We got the 200-day SMA working its way down closer to about 20 cents, but it's right there at about 1960. Okay? So if the price does break through here, we can imagine or anticipate rather a resistance level at that point. Okay, it's very common for the price to reject initially when you hit that level. Okay, as you can kind of see here previously, the 200 held the price action in place here. It held it for support for a moment, and once it lost, provided it as a resistance and stayed below. Okay, so we can just anticipate that's going to be a resistance moving forward. So we do break through this little range. Keep in mind, we'll probably reject out there. So to me, hypothetically, getting a short entry right there would be appropriate. Okay, because as you can see here, the moving average is hanging out right there at about the 19.5 range. We also got this guy right here. Okay, the previous resistance level. So we can see that's a level that had difficulty passing before. Okay, so again, just kind of pointing out some things to kind of look at. Again, do you take a trade based solely on this information? No, not exactly. We're going to combine a lot of different things and make an evaluated decision, but truth is those are some factors that are fairly large, and they're weighing factors. They're good things to know and put in your tool belt. Because I get the question a lot, hey, what's some of the best practice when being a good trader? And a lot of it's risk tolerance and not trading emotionally, but it's also identifying support and resistance levels and just kind of understanding like the macro before you dive into the micro. Okay? So that's kind of where we're at there. 4-hour time frame. We'll go ahead and look at that next, but we can just note quickly we got to bounce off 70 in the RSI, so we're truly bullish here, and we can see the money flow index is increasing over the last 14 trading days. So that's really awesome. So for the most part here, we're truly bullish here in this sense. I wouldn't expect the price to retrace and pull back. It absolutely looks like it wants to break free here. We got a lot of reasons why this momentum here is looking like it's ready to just take off. Okay, so 4-hour time frame. Let's go ahead and just take a look here. This is, I wouldn't say this is bearish per se, but rising wedge patterns do have a tendency of breaking to the downside. In case you're not familiar, they appear to be bullish, but they are kind of a fake out where it kind of comes up here and then inevitably breaks down. Okay, but I don't think that's a stark or a significant reality here, mainly because we're trending positively on the RSI here. We're kind of chilling out between 50 and 70. You could argue that this is a hidden bearish divergence where the price action is starting to work its way down here. It's not exactly perfect, but it is working its way down. So in truth, that is something to be mindful of. Okay, so the reason why that's important is because the oscillator is basically telling us that it's starting to break bearish, but the price is going up and it's hitting a resistance level, and it typically goes down from there. Okay, so those combining factors do lead me to believe there is a potential reality of the price pulling back here if it cannot surpass this level soon. Right. Key takeaway here is it can only stay in a wedge for so long. Right. It's going to break up or down. So obviously, if it breaks up here, then this is fairly null and void because the oscillator will come up with it. But if it does come down, we can essentially anticipate the price action bouncing off this 1370 range as a potential reality. let's take a quick look and see if there's any Elliott Wave here. Not really too much because we don't have like an up and down pattern or an ABC pattern. We do want to look at weekly high, low, and close. We can see here that obviously we're range bound between the week open, or sorry, the week close and the high. It's pretty common, but once more, those are two areas that are typically broken one way or the other. Okay, so big surprise, price is going to go up or down. Just kidding. But not really, that's the truth. That's the way it goes. But look at this here. Look at this nice little ascending type of pattern here, concurrent with the 20-day SMA, hanging above the 50 and the 200. All good reasons to not consider shorting until we break free from that. So the price does continue to go sideways and it cannot seem to come up. There's a good chance we'll see the price come down from there. Okay? So I'd be more interested in a short once we break below this 1600 range, or we go sideways for another 20, 40, 48 hours. Keep in mind, and I talked about this previously here, it's a little ways away because I had a lot of videos out yesterday, but when you look at my post from yesterday, this is on Telegram and Discord too, you just need to know that the Fed meeting is tomorrow, November 1st, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The market's going to get crazy and volatile at that point. So maybe trading into that isn't appropriate, or if you do, low leverage, low position size, that's what we do, so we can survive those kind of massive candle wicks up or down. Okay? So please note, the market could go kind of crazy and weird tomorrow. Bitcoin's also providing us with a bearish engulfing. Sorry, correction, I misspoke. It's a also somewhat of a liquidity sweep and bearish divergence, right? So we got the price of Bitcoin coming up and the RSI coming down. Usually that results in the price coming down. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin sweeps that level of liquidity first. We could very well see a similar thing here. Similar scenario. Okay. Just know we have a nice decent support at about 1363 or 13.63 if the price does end up pulling back. Last but not least, quick check on the cloud. Fairly confident we're going to be above, which we are. Kind of messy though. We do have the lagging span kind of jumping in and out of the price action. So truth is here, moving averages are running concurrent with the ascending trend, and that is our friend here for the moment. Okay. So again, the trend is your friend until it isn't. That's kind of a funny way of looking at things, but that's the truth, right? Just like best friends, right? You can have best friends, and things will happen. Life changes sometimes, so you just kind of got to deal with it. But for the most part, there is consistency there. We should expect the price to go up moving forward, pending we don't break down below this trend line. Then I would say that we would be effectively trending a little bit more closer towards that 1360. So that's what I got. These are my 2 cents. I hope that made sense and I clarified that correctly for you. If you have questions, concerns, comments, etc., jump on over to our Discord. Again, thank you very much, Jules, for requesting that I cover this. Deeply appreciate it, and we'll look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Again, you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site link down below. We are having limited amounts of slots soon to be available. In other words, we're going to start restricting the amount of users for our premium group just to ensure we have some good one-on-one attention. I like to make sure that we are treating you with as much resources as you can. Be sure, if you are currently a member and you don't already know, I do have training videos as part of my university as part of the membership available to you, so be sure to check that out. I do cover risk tolerance, risk management, indicators, etc., the whole nine yards. I look forward to working with you either way. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.